All right, take two. All right, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today on this amazing day where life is occurring. I'm delighted that I get to record this again. The end of the month call here. And so since I probably don't have any notes from the first call, we will just jump in and see where this one takes us as well. But we're always talking about, ideally, our healing journey. And I shared with you a bit of my healing journey. And we were going over the little newsletter that I had sent out, prompting this call on the monthly wrap-up. And we continued to talk about the daily detox every day in every way. We're wanting to do some sort of detox process. Be it in the home, where we started off the month, under the kitchen sink we began, then the bathroom sinks, right? And then, I might have to go do that sink down in the garage. We cleaned out the gunk and we got rid of any toxic chemicals. We got rid of any thing that had fragrance. The fragrances that could be in kitchen or bathroom, got to get off the fragrances, move towards the essential oils. But we uplifted that space, not just by looking at it and clearing it out, but by spritzing it with wonderful white distilled vinegar and the food grade peroxide. If you like a little essential oil, lemon is good for that. Used our discernment based upon what we now know about our toxic environment, and that we now want to, or ideally have been, making changes in our own healing journey with regards to seeing with curiosity, a whole lot of chemicals in the environment, in our personal homes, in our medicine cabinets, body spreads and colorings, and I don't know what y'all are putting on your skin, but anyhow. God bless all of that, because what it does is it causes this general malaise that you can then be prescribed for. And if you are being prescribed for, you need to stick with your doctor. This is not the work for you. If you're like me and you want to continue to be free from pharmacopoeia, God bless them, way over there. Thank you very much. If you're broken or bleeding, no better care in the world. Get yourself in, get stable, send them flowers, chocolates, whatever you want, because I'll tell you what, there are some wonderfully big-hearted people helping, and I do salute them. I do salute you. I just hope that everybody comes to their own level of understanding for today, and all I can worry about is my own personal level of understanding. Here it goes, right? Here we are together. So somewhere on the little newsletter, I just kind of wrote down this week's emotion brought to you by anger. And since the first recording of this did not happen, there's something that has happened to my little app that I've used forever with no problem, with joy in my heart. Interesting though, I'm talking this week about emotion, or this week's emotion is anger. And where we might have gone wrong in the past when we were told, I've talked about this, that little girls didn't get angry, right? We just didn't. And then as women, we grow up, we don't want to be angry. Men, You know, we're not taught how to use that energy of anger that is very action oriented for benefit. But we have to heal our wounded bits first, because anger, underneath anger, there's always sadness or fear or whatever it is that we use our anger for. And then it becomes a hair trigger situation where every little thing is causing us to erupt in an angry manner, and it affects those around us, including the people on the highways, the people at the checkout store or the library or in wherever it is. So anger in and of itself is not wrong. I don't know why I put the G on the end of wrong. But it's how we use it, how we process and use our anger to help someone. You know, you get angry and you're like, oh, I've got to, I've got to defend that person. I've got to help that person. I'm so angry at what I'm seeing. And that puts us into that fight or flight mode, which is all of the wonderful systems firing, the fight or flight. You know, get the hell out of there or fire up, however that's going to work for you. And those are things that need to be done to further our evolution in this lifetime, right? And I mean from evolving, not from a political dictate in any manner, but that anger can really serve when it's used properly. You know, and there are a lot of things that people have a right to be angry about. And it's not my right to say that it's your right to feel angry, but a righteous anger about things that are not beneficial is needed. But we've got to get to that anger, and that requires our daily practice, in a sense, however you want to call it: prayer, meditation, reflection, humbling thyself before the beauty in your life, whatever that is for you, and awaken to what I like to call, or I have learned to call, the Christ consciousness, which is a term that is well used and well known, and in my humble opinion, based upon what I understand, is that again is that love, that frequency of wisdom, that frequency of peace, that frequency of our higher aspects that was modeled by Christ, who walked the earth, if you believe that. And the return to that aspect of awakening that peaceful dictate. Would it be a dictate if it's peaceful? Anyhow, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a right to step into our real power, awaken, get our heads out of, get your head out of your clay bin, right? And begin to strive or move forward, push ourselves up, right? Take a breath, look up, look forward. What can I create based upon my unique experience? What can I heal so that I can create something beautiful based upon my experience? And then how can I help others awaken to their genius, to their brilliance, away from the poor poked and prodded of the victim mentality. It's tough. It's very, very tough. And we want to make sure that we are healing them so that becomes the healing balm of our awareness turns that situation into the manna from heaven that propels us forward so that we can be kind, be empathetic, be angry when it's needed, see clearly how to do that, work on healing that for ourselves, but in an integral way, so that we can see the truth of who we are, what we're meant to do. Come to just gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Be so grateful for our journey. Would never choose that again, but now see the beauty from it and help to expand that for others. And of course, ask for forgiveness because, we too have not been our kindest selves. This is a bit of wisdom from Anonymous. It says, "Dear God, help me to undo all that which I caused and shine the wisdom of now upon it. Where I was unconscious, ignorant, mean, untrue, ugly, bitter, hurtful, I ask for forgiveness. We are seeing all rise to their best level of understanding today. What is my best level of understanding today? Help me to know myself better. Help me to seek thyself more and first. Help me to contribute beneficially." And I thank you. Thank you for continuing your healing journey with us as we investigate the beauty of our true healing process, using natural law, that which great and great and great and great grand taught, shared, was received. And we'll continue to investigate further. And that we will let just wash through us and over us, and think about today for your new, now that you've gone 21 days, 3 weeks, create a good habit, better habit by replacing old habits with new habits. Top 10 detoxifiers, we talked about that in week 1. We talked about using baking soda, the apple cider vinegar, the distilled vinegar, the beneficial, food grade peroxide for cleaning. And of course, we're always talking about our inner biome, but specifically we were talking about the benefits of cabbage, celery for healing gut challenges. Everybody seems to be having a challenge in that manner. Look at all the grocery stores. What are they force feeding us there with regards to the stomach upsetness and sleeplessness that go hand in hand? Last week, we talked about moving the healing crisis that occurs when we're going through these wonderful life transitions and healings for our benefit, and how when then this week talking about get the garbage out, we got it out, we uplifted the energy, and we begin to now have a new awareness and fill ourselves up with as much good and glorious and gratitude so that we can contribute beneficially upon the planet, creating footsteps of joy wherever we go, and wherever we might not have been our best and funnest and most whole self, we forgive ourselves and we ask that others forgive us. And then we reach in and we look again at our connection to this amazing earth, recognizing natural law, the universal laws, and using them for our benefit and modeling them for others' benefit. For every effect, there is a specific cause or causes. Wherever I was incorrect in my understanding at that time, based upon, thankfully, the wisdom of the ages, right? And with age, God bless. I would not make that choice again. I would not act in that way. I would be cheerier and chippier. And I hope that you can see that too and just keep healing. But where you were angry and you stuffed it, the question then becomes, where in my body did I stuff it? Where in my house did I stuff it, right? Hoarding can be an aspect of that. I'm very, very angry, but I can't deal with the anger, so I just stuff everything in my house. God bless. That's a tough one. Of course, our addictions. Woo-hoo. What we were told, who told us that we couldn't be angry in a way that was justified. Like, I don't want to sit on Santa's lap. Anybody have that experience? I did not, but I look out on the earth plane and that is disturbing to me. That's just me. There's a lot of things that are disturbing to me. But here we go. The action that you can take today based upon your personal level of anger, okay, that you can use to heal yourself. Anger from the healing modality by taking action today. And if you don't know what kind of action to take, one of the greatest ways that I like to expel anger is to get out and chop wood, okay? Or pounding nails. I don't really like that one. You don't want to hit your finger. But one of the things that I like is to take a pillow, of course, against the bed, or even without a pillow, just fists against your bed in a light way, and just get that level out, so that then you go to a bit deeper and you can find out who or what or why. You can journal right after that. Let me heal this anger now, so that if there was ever any injustice that I didn't heal, that I can do so now. And we remember the 3 prayers. We pray for the person who has been victimized first. We then pray for the one who somewhere is so dysfunctioned that they can perpetrate. And then we pray for having to witness that. Because even the thought of it, we don't want that to go into creation anymore. So let's pray for ourselves and move towards becoming purely positive. Now that's where people get this wrong when they say, oh, well, the New Age movement, New Age. It's like, well, first of all, I haven't called it New Age in more than 20 years, I hope. Seeing and feeling within certainly the last 5 years that was maybe some sort of sway of consciousness. And I sure bought into it. And it did really give me a jerk in the right direction in the fact that it was so different from what I had been hypnotized with up to that point that it really got my curiosity. And from that step, I did move into many different wisdom texts and certainly alternative thoughts about my own personal eating, journaling, healing journey, food, what was being pushed. I told you I was the original cookie monster, man. I loved cookies. I loved lots of cookies. I still love lots of cookies. I can't have them in the house. I wonder who ate the rest of the grain-free cake I made the other day. Well, I started reading, when they did that whole fat-free thing, I knew right then. I started reading ingredients, and that's when I gave up trans fats after about 20 boxes of those cookies that were fat-free, and I put on and got sick. I put on weight and felt sick. So that was 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Took that first herb class, learned about the potency and the power of cayenne pepper. If you don't know about cayenne pepper, you need to investigate that, right? I appreciated Gus teaching me the potency of being a purely positive person and the benefits of speaking to myself in a more positive voice, recognizing that more than up to 60,000 thoughts, probably more than 60,000 thoughts for some people, maybe not that many now with everybody so hypnotized with technology, as I too am challenged. But the frequency of beginning to look at thoughts, recognize thoughts and their creative potential, clear out the negative thoughts, get rid of the garbage, put in something better to your level of understanding, pushing up, a little bit higher, new level of understanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please forgive me for all that mishigosh that whatever, and help me to move forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I now recognize there are specific actions that will create causes that can be beneficial for the collective or not beneficial for the collective, and that my personal thinking experience matters in the mind. And we're always minding the matter. Minding the matter today. All right, that's it. Recognize, journal about your own anger. Go out, get on your mini trampoline until your anger goes away. It usually takes about 90 seconds. Go to your bed, take a ping pong paddle against the bed, or, even just your arms, be smart. Be smart about these things. Investigate for yourself, please don't pick up any kind of victim, mentality if you, break a nail. And here's another thing I want you to consider. It's a lot. But I have faith that as you're creating something better, you're going to begin this week on looking at the light you're consuming. Light. Be it from screens, be it behind sunglasses, be it under ridiculous indoor light. We're going to be investigating how this plays, continues to play on our endocrine system as well. So there we are. That's it for today.